From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy.
A grand jury indicts former President Trump why his actions after the 2020 election and January 6 made him a target of the federal investigation.
We basically got no response. So we outlined our concerns that something more major could happen.
They sounded the alarm to the city before this huge fire in San Francisco. The repeated calls for action over safety concerns in Hayes Valley.
And temperatures in the southwest are still above average, but back here in the Bay, today alone, we are sitting well below average with cool and cloudy temperatures to last into the afternoon. More on why that's happening coming up.
And as you get ready to head out the door, we have a look at your roadways. We are seeing a couple of accidents we want to talk about. We have all those details coming right up. Good morning. Welcome in and come on in. Thanks so much for joining us. We are looking at the Bay Bridge, a foggy Bay Bridge at that from our camera on Treasure Island right across from the city this morning. It's a little cooler out today and I definitely could feel the breeze myself. So definitely feeling the difference.
Yeah, and into this afternoon, I mean, daytime highs just like yesterday, they're still going to be below average. It's cool, it's nice, it's pleasant as we kick off the month of August. Starting off with a live look just over our Mount Diablo cam. We're seeing a little bit of clouds still off into the East Bay, where temperatures we're all waking up to all throughout the Bay Area actually are in the upper 50s and lower 60s. A mild start to start the morning, cloudy conditions even down into the Santa Clara Valley, but those clouds are a lot higher than San Francisco, for example. Later into this afternoon, San Jose will actually warm up into the 70s with mild temperatures into the evening hours tonight for all of our friends throughout the Santa Clara Valley. Now, let's head all the way off into the East Bay, and let's actually, no, I take that step back as those graphics are starting to load. Let's take a quick look at what's going on later into this afternoon. If you are planning on heading out to the game tonight at Oracle Park, 60s are expected for us into the afternoon hours today, just in the heart of San Francisco. Quickly turns into 50s, though, into those evening hours that night. So cooler weather for us, no matter whether you live along the coast or even off into our inland areas. This is Concord's 7-day forecast in a nutshell. We're still sitting below average today in the 80s, but look at what happens right around the corner. We're going to be talking about 80s, 90s, and even triple digits, and then back into the 90s by next week. We'll have more on what's to come heading into next week's forecast for the whole Bay Area in just a bit. For now, over to you, Jocelyn.
All right. Thank you, Jess. Let's get an update on a couple of accidents that we have been looking. The first one is on Highway 4 westbound. This is just west of Arnold Industrial Way. This is near Concord. Unfortunately, we are getting reports of injuries. If you are heading in that direction, keep in mind the third lane and the right-hand shoulder are blocked, so we are seeing some delays in and around that area. Over at the Altamont Pass for our super commuters, it is getting pretty busy. 46-minute drive from 205 to 680, but something you need to be paying attention to, there is a high wind advisory in effect, so just be extra careful as you move your way through there. At the Bay Bridge, those metering lights are now on, so you can see the backup is starting there, so just be extra aware. You're looking at about a 10-minute drive from the toll plaza over into the city. At the San Mateo Bridge here, heading westbound, 35 minutes, or excuse me, we'll get a drive time there from 880 over to 101 in our next traffic report. This morning, former President Donald Trump has received a historic third criminal indictment, this time for his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. So he's been asked to appear in a Washington, D.C. federal court tomorrow. Sarah Donchie has more on the charges and the reaction.
Prosecutors call it an attack on American democracy. President Trump's attorneys and allies say it was free speech. But now the former president will have to answer for his role in the January 6th riots in federal court. Special counsel Jack Smith laid it out on camera.
It was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
The special counsel makes clear that his case is based on the premise that this was a president who was determined to stay in power and to do it by spreading lies.
South Bay Democrat Zoe Lofgren served on the January 6th committee and felt the president broke the law.
You know, I don't feel joyful today. This is a sad day that an ex-president would have committed such terrible things that the Department of Justice had to bring an indictment.
But Trump himself, quite predictably, feels very differently. He questioned the timing of the charges on Truth Social, saying in part, "They wanted it right in the middle of my campaign." In fact, his campaign called this indictment, quote, election interference. Some of his supporters here in our state, who are often surrounded by a sea of blue voters, agree.
I have concerns. I think everyone has concerns about the truthfulness of the government and how resources are being used against one particular individual.
To give you an idea of just how much the former president is juggling legally, this is his calendar. He's still facing charges in Florida over his handling of sensitive documents, and he's up against charges in Manhattan for a hush money case.
Trump may soon face charges in the state of Georgia. A grand jury there is looking at attempts to replace state electors with people loyal to him. The Fulton County DA says she will announce whether she is charging the former president no later than September 1st. To read the full 45-page indictment, see the special counsel's full comments, and to read more about Trump's other indictments and criminal cases, visit our website, kpix.com. Now a live look at the aftermath of a fire in Hayes Valley. Part of the block at Octavia and Oak Street still closed this morning. That's so crews can put out any hot spots left and clean up the mess. The fire department hopes to reopen that stretch this morning. But imagine seeing this just outside your window. Really scary. The fire's so big and so hot, it actually ripped down scaffolding and even cracked windows across the street. We showed that to you yesterday. But what's really disturbing here is San Francisco firefighters said this could have easily taken out an entire city block. Neighbors in Hayes Valley said they tried to warn the city months ago that something exactly like this could happen. They told our Betty Yu they got crickets in response.
This was the view from Brendan Mahoney's home. It took more than 100 firefighters to contain the fast-moving 4-alarm fire at Oak and Octavia around 6 a.m. It happened at a building under construction.
I was awoken by my dogs, and then I looked out the window of my bedroom to the building behind us here, which was fully involved.
No injuries were reported, but the fire displaced 8 residents. The heat cracked windows on buildings across the street. This isn't the first time fires have happened in the immediate area.
I know that there have been a number of recent fires, especially here on this stretch of Octavia. There was a car fire. There's been 1 or 2 encampment fires.
In fact, back in May, the Hayes Valley Neighborhood Association sent a letter to city leaders, including the mayor, drawing attention to the problem.
We basically got no response. So we outlined our concerns that something more major could happen. Now, we don't know if this fire is a result of, a homeless encampment, but what we do know is that we've had a string of fires up and down here that have caused grave concern for neighbors.
Arlen Knudsen saw the flames from his kitchen window. He's lived in the same apartment for decades. As far as the encampments,
They come and go, but they're here more than they are not.
the city said in a statement to KPIX that they're aware of past incidents related to encampments. They understand residents are frustrated, and the mayor is committed to keeping our streets clean through regular homeless outreach.
I think that the city does the best job that they can in trying to provide services for everybody, but it's difficult when people don't want to accept services. It's an ongoing issue, but I think that the employees of the city really do try to do their best to keep us safe.
In our other top stories now, the murder of Cash App founder Bob Lee has attracted international attention. So now a judge has decided the man accused of stabbing him is set to stand trial for murder in San Francisco. During a 2-day hearing, prosecutors made their case against Nima Momeni with surveillance video. And expert witnesses who testified DNA from both men was on the knife used to stab Lee to death in Rincon Hill back in April. The district attorney had previously released text messages suggesting that he had a fight with Momeni the night he died. Outside the courtroom, we heard from Lee's ex-wife for the first time since he was killed. Krista Lee says she has no reason to believe Lee and Momeni were friends before his death.
He's admitted to it, saying that it was self-defense. He stabbed him. The fact that he stabbed him multiple times is disgusting. I don't think that they were friends. I had never heard him mentioned. Bob and I were very close. We speak all the time. I've never once heard him mention that name, either of the names, to be honest with you. So, no, I'm sorry. I don't think that they were friends.
But the defense claims everything points to a possible manslaughter charge instead.
I told the judge, I go, listen, if anything, they've proven manslaughter because they don't have the requisite malice and all the other things that the government has been putting. Guys, do you remember in the motion for bond, the government said this was premeditated and he took them to a remote and distant location. That's not true.
Well, we still haven't heard from Omeni's sister, Kazar, who allegedly had a relationship with Lee. An SFPD investigator testified that she has repeatedly refused to cooperate. A woman accused of going on a naked shooting rampage in the middle of Bay Bridge traffic is facing enough charges to put her away for 22 years. 32-year-old Sequoia Duncansell pled not guilty to a dozen criminal counts, mostly gun-related charges. Prosecutors say she was driving recklessly on the eastbound lanes last Tuesday before stopping her car, getting out completely nude, and firing a gun at rush hour commuters. Fortunately, no one was hit. Mosquitoes infected with West Nile virus have been found in parts of Sunnyvale and Santa Clara. The local vector control district plans to spray the area tomorrow night starting at 10. That process takes about 4 hours. Since West Nile virus arrived in California in 2003, more than 7,000 people across the state have contracted the disease.